The American Rescue Act, passed by Congress, signed by President Biden, is definitely, to give it its due, better than what we've seen for a bunch of years, certainly under Trump. It does provide some relief to people who've really had a very, very hard time. It's overdue. It's what should have been done before. All of that, I don't mind saying. But comparing that to what has gone before it over the last 10, 20 years is to accept a very low bar. We've had a 30 to 40 year redistribution of wealth from the bottom and the middle to the top. This act provides relief to the victims of that redistribution, but it does not reverse that redistribution. It doesn't even come close. So when Joseph Stiglitz, a Nobel Prize economist, refers to it as transformative legislation, I literally have no idea what he is talking about. If you want to deal with the problems of the American economy, you have to begin by admitting what they are. And they are structural and they are deep. And they have come to a head for no surprising reason. We are now in the middle of the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression of the 1930s, and simultaneously the worst public health disaster since the Spanish flu of 1918. We've never had the coincidence in time and place of two catastrophes. There is no precedent for that, and given the redistribution of wealth that led up to all of this in good part, you need an unprecedented response. And that's not what this is. I can drive it home yet another way. Some comparisons have been offered by over-the-top hype people that this is another rerun of Franklin Roosevelt. No, it isn't, and that's an insult to the Roosevelt period. Let me explain. What Roosevelt had to do, because of pressure from below, were structural changes, things that had never been done before and that were not scheduled to expire 6 months or 12 months from now, as most of the American Rescue Plan is. For example, he set up the Social Security system in the 1930s, at a time when the government had no money. We had a program that said if you've spent a lifetime working, when you reach 65 years of age, the government will provide you with a pension for the rest of your life, something you can count on and that your children can count on, so they won't have the extra difficulty of taking care of you the way they would have before. That's a fundamental, open-ended commitment. That's a structural change. So was unemployment compensation. So was the first minimum wage, set at a high level, not the pathetic $7.25 that the federal minimum wage is today. And finally, Mr. Roosevelt set up a government hiring program. Between 34 and 1941, he employed 15 million American unemployed people. Nothing remotely like that is part of the American Rescue Plan we just passed. No minimum wage increase, no federal jobs program, nothing comparable to Social Security. So no, there's no comparison. This is a temporary relief. We are all appreciative of it. But the transformation of this economy, the overcoming of its grotesque inequality, no, this law does not do that.